So, sir, tomorrow is going to be the 12th of June, which is the Democracy Day in Nigeria. And being one of the key players in the June 12th saga of 1993 with the then MKO Abiola, the late MKO Abiola, in which he won an election and was not given the post. Do you think Nigerians have learned their lessons from that saga? And do you think, and why do you think he was not allowed to rule then?
Well, the story behind June 12th has many parts. And different people will tell you different stories as they perceived it then. But I will be speaking from the perspective of somebody who was lucky and was given the privilege to be with Chief MKO Abiola on daily basis. The man himself gave me a timetable. Comrade, your resumption is 10 o'clock in the morning, and you'll be with me till 10 p.m. At times, it got up to 3 a.m. closure, particularly when he went out on campaigns or other things. I will be in the house. I kept faith and religiously to the timetable. I recall, and this is very important, because a lot of people have been talking, nobody has actually talked about where the problem of Chief MKO Abiola and the military, in my view, started. When Chief MKO Abiola got the ticket of SDP to run for president, President Ibrahim Babangida then suggested to him or advised him to pick Pascal Mieli Bafia, the then president of Nigerian Labour Congress. I don't want to go into the reasons why he made the suggestion to Abiola. I said, pick Pascal Bafia as your running mate. Your road to the presidential villa will be smooth. He agreed. Chief MKO Abiola called Pascal Bafia to tell him what President Babangida said. I also heard that from Chief MKO Abiola in his house. Pascal Bafia also told me, because then I was active in Labour. So in the Labour circle, we were all happy that President Babangida has done wonderfully well to allow Labour man to become a vice president. So that year's May Day, Chief Abiola told us in Labour that he will announce his nomination as vice presidential candidate on the May Day, May 1 in Abuja. So we were here. That May Day was delayed up to 1 p.m. Normally we start at 10, awaiting the arrival of Chief MKO Abiola. We are at the Eagle Square. We were at the Eagle Square when we got the message that Ambassador Babagana Kingibe had been chosen as the vice presidential candidate. There was commotion in the field. Labour men were not happy. Anyway, we hurriedly did the midday, and that was it. I returned to Lagos. Normally, I went to Chief Abiola's house. I said, Chief, this is you told me. He said, yes, that was true. But the governors, that time, governors were in place, National Assembly were in place. It was just the presidential election that was left. That the governors said they won't support him unless he picked Babagana Kingibe, and that he would like to win election. I was a novice. I was not politically sound then. But I said, Chief, Labour with their constituency can vote you and you win. He said, yes, I know. But you know these governors, they are demanding too much, and I will find accommodation for Pascal Bafia and Labour. That was the limit I could go. Anyway, the matter ended there. He won the election and he was not allowed to rule. Before that time, to our knowledge, the military had sent signals in all its formations that the ticket to be submitted should be Abiola Bafia ticket. So when that happened, military men, what we used to call IBB boys, did not allow it to go on. They didn't want it to continue. Mr. President, this man is already disobeying you when he has not gotten power. What will happen if the power was given to him? And we hold it on good authority that those who were behind the annulment of the election have benefited from this democracy up to the very top echelon of this democracy since 1999, who were in the military. As to whether we have benefited anything from June 12, I think our own democracy is a learning process. It is a continuum. I think you can say no, but during June 12, the game may change now. The current president, President Bola Tinubu, was consistent in that house, in Ikeja. He was always with Chifenko Abiola. And that was the place I met Senator Tinubu for the first time, as he then was. He would always go out with Chifenko Abiola. He would sit at the back of that S-Class, white S-Class. It was in that S-Class that Kudirat was shot and killed. They would go, I'll be in the house, sleeping upstairs, waiting for them. So, Senator Tinubu, as he then was, who is now president of Nigeria, was very consistent. The most consistent in that house. I could stay here and give you names of those that entered that house during the struggle. Some will come, they will greet, and they walk away. I also remember Donyo Kupe, who was in NRC, that resigned that time because of the annulment. He will come into the compound with his white flowing lace. He will greet everybody, he will go. He never sat down. A few times I saw him there. He's dull of us. There are so many of them. Rafa Obioha was also consistent. Some of them. I was young, but I remember vividly those who were present. What happened in the field, I cannot tell you the story. I'm telling you the one I had with the boss, who saw me, loved me, brought me in. It's not my father, not my uncle, not from my state. To the extent, I have said this before, to the extent that when he had swollen legs and was admitted at a co-hospital, room 435, I was the only non-member of the family that was with him on his sickbed. Food will be brought, everybody will go, I'll be left with Chief. He will wake up, I will serve him. I will eat the remnants on daily basis. Here, common man, unknown quantity. So, with such appointments he gave me from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., who am I to say no? I suspended everything. There are other stories behind, even when he talked with some security chiefs and all that. I didn't know what they discussed, but I had Chief Abiola's response. To the extent that the time he was originally wanted to be arrested, he escaped. People said he dressed like a woman. Some people said he dressed like a pastor. I was laughing. I, the Nwanyawnu they are talking to now, made Abiola to escape. When I got the information from a very discreet quarters, I drove straight to his residence. Chief Abiola was having late lunch with Northern members of the House of Rep and senators in his house, in the living room by the left. As soon as I came in, I saw Mama Leko coming from her quarters, the bungalow. I said, Mama Leko, sorry, that's what we used to call her. She said, Kudrat, Madam Kudrat. Mama Leko, where is Chief? Where is Chief? Anything, what's the problem? I said, where is Chief? I said, call Chief now. She entered, called Chief. Chief came out. He left the senators there. I said, Chief, you have to leave here now. At 6 o'clock, you'll be picked. He said, Comrade, are you sure? I said, yes. Chief did not go back where they were having the late lunch. He did not climb upstairs. He entered the car and left there. I parked opposite the gate. At 6 o'clock, the soldiers came. I told this story to His Excellency Governor Mimiko in his residence one day. One northern was a member of the House of Rep who was seated there. As I was talking, he adjusted his seat as if looking at me. I said, who is this one? So when I finished, he said, Your Excellency, this man is right. I was in that dinner. And we held it against him because no word, nothing, he disappeared. I don't want to, I'm writing few things about June 12th to the extent that I knew. Have we learned anything? I think with Tinubu's presence, I suspect he may be dusting those vision and mission of Chief Abiola in addition to what he used to campaign. Abiola was for common good. Abiola was for common man. What he got, he gave back to the society. There is nobody like Abiola today in Nigeria. But they have made a lot of money which they cannot justify. Yet, get to their houses, you see thatch houses around there. You see people, children going back to sleep in the night without food in their stomach. That was what Abiola came to do, to banish poverty. He excited me. And that's why I can say emphatically that I'm one of those pained with Abiola not having his mandate and his subsequent death. Because I knew I'm Igbo, you see, Yoruba. So what brought an Igbo man being close? I think this current President Tinubu will remember me. I was small then, and I think he acknowledged in 2005 when I paid him visit in Asoro, in his resident, official residence in Asoro. He said, you are small. I said, yes, the young shall go. My face was visible in the house on daily basis. I had no restrictions. When they are out, I go to the living room upstairs. I will sleep on the couch. Look at me then. So tomorrow you will come and be talking to me about tribe and religion. It will not work because I didn't, my first touch on politics, even in Labour, doesn't support that. So you have already grown with it, having different perspective on things. So when you see these people still practicing it, that was how their parents brought them up. No matter how the teeth you see outside, inside them, there are bigots. People are still, and I see those talk about tribe and religion as those who have nothing to offer, who are hypocrites. They pretend to know. So they have to use something to get up the young people to create problem and cause problem in the society. So you can see, Nigeria is growing. We will get there. And I know that someday, with the young people, how they have started thinking and how they will be educated properly, they will start telling their parents, no, I am so age, I've been hearing this since I was born, let me try something else. So June 12th has taught us a lot. Chief Abiola, we will keep remembering him. There is nothing done by Nigeria that will be too much, because he was the best president we never had, in my opinion. Loved everywhere. Abiola made votes and defeated his opponents, even in their polling units. Because what he was doing, or what he did, Nigerians felt it, both high and low. So June 12th, that has been recognized as a public holiday, which is tomorrow. Good step. National Stadium named after him. Good step. But they should take his photograph and put it in the villa. You can write no tenure. President that never was, no tenure. It would have been complete. It would have been complete. So I think that's the little I can say about June 12th. We thank God. Democracy is growing. The current president was neck deep in June 12th. He was there 247. So I don't think he can deviate from the ideals of Chief Abiola, which is greatest happiness for the greatest number of people.